Hi, Kai Life Yogis. Welcome to your yoga practice. Welcome to your yoga mat. My name is Jenny, and I'm so excited to be here with you. Our practice today is a Let the Sun Shine In yoga flow. This is all about bringing the energy into your body. So whether you're practicing first thing in the morning or you need a midday pick-me-up, maybe instead of grabbing your cup of coffee, or if you're feeling the seasonal shift like I am, you are ready for winter to be over, you'd like to draw in some more sunlight into the spring feelings, kind of ready for summer, this is a great practice for that. This is a really midline yoga flow today. So if you're a beginner on your mat or you're wanting to take a really gentle yoga flow today, that's 100% available for you. I'll shout out some modifications throughout practice. Take it at your own pace. You can always come to child's pose or shavasana in between some movement if you'd like to. You can hang with me, or if you would like a challenging practice, then feel free to up level with whatever else that you've been working on. In today's practice, we'll grab at least one yoga block. If you have two, then you can place them on either side of your mat just to have easy access. We'll need them a couple times throughout our practice. And there is a link below for our April playlist of the month. You can definitely hit play on that guy, get that going for your practice today so that you have some background music. And with that, I will meet you in child's pose. In child's pose, settle your hips back towards your heels, draw your big toes towards touching, allow your shoulders to melt down your back, and really spread your fingers up wide towards the front of your mat. Once you settle in towards your space, grab a huge inhale breath and sigh out. Your exhale, let it go. Over the next few exhales, let your hips really melt back towards your heels. We're taking these first few moments here to get super grounded. Start to let your breath fall into a pattern. And allow all the thoughts in your mind just to fade away. Let your focus be on your breath instead. Take a few more breaths here in child's pose, with each one allowing your hips to melt back a little bit further. When you're ready for some movement, maybe it comes in the form of a deeper breath. Maybe you're slowly rocking your forehead from side to side on your mat, or reaching your fingers a little longer. As you're ready for more movement, slowly begin to ease up towards tabletop position. You're welcome to rock back from child's pose in towards tabletop a couple of times. As you're ready for tabletop, stack your knees underneath your hips, your hands underneath your shoulders. And start to come into some more movement in tabletop. You can continue swaying your hips back and forth a bit if that feels good. Maybe circle through your head one way and then the next. You can move in through cat-cow if you'd like for cow pose. On your inhale breath, really arch through your spine, gaze upwards. And as you exhale, round through your spine. Send your gaze down towards your mat. Throughout these movements, allow your breath to deepen even more. And as you're ready, lift your right arm up high on your next inhale breath. Exhale will sweep through to thread the needle. Right arm underneath your left. Place your head down on your mat or on a block if that feels better to you. Press your shins and the tops of your feet down into your mat. Try to keep your hips level over your knees. And send your breath towards your right shoulder. Next inhale, unwind. You can definitely take a little pause and circle out your wrist if that feels good. And place your right hand back down. Inhale your left arm up. On your exhale, sweep it through underneath your right arm, this time placing your left ear towards your mat. Send your gaze where it feels good. Again, press your shins down into your mat. Keep your hips stacked. Focus on sending your breath towards your left shoulder. Know that that block is there for you underneath your head if that feels better in your body. Inhale, press into your right hand, unravel, maybe take a moment to circle out your wrist again if that felt good. And place your left hand back down. Tuck your toes underneath you, lift your hips up high, and start to move towards downward facing dog. Really walking your dog out at first, bending through one knee and then the next. Allow your breath to shift into this space as you're lifting your hips up. When you're ready for stillness with your feet about hip width distance, maybe you have a bend in your knees, maybe you don't. Allow your heels to melt down towards the ground and lift your hips up to the sky. We're going to move into a twist here. Reach your left arm up and then draw it towards the outside of your right ankle. So you might have a bend through your left knee here. Send your gaze over towards your right side. Maybe you're bending through both knees. Maybe you've shortened your down dog stance for this twist. Feel the twist through your left side body from underneath your armpit all the way towards your left hip. And then place your left hand back down. This time your right hand is twisting towards the outside of your left ankle. Find that grip. Find whatever modifications on this side you need in terms of bending your knees. Send your gaze where it feels good. Then place your right hand back down underneath you to settle into your down dog. Really spread your fingers out wide. Draw your weight towards that space between your thumbs and your pointer fingers. Engage through your arms, send your shoulders up towards the sky, away from your ears. Lengthen through your spine, send your hips up high. Maybe you've got that bend through your knees. Maybe you have straight legs. Either way, reach your heels down towards your mat. And take an inhale breath. Open mouth, exhale. Then seal your lips together. Light little gaze forward as you inhale. We'll tiptoe up towards ragdoll pose. Draw your feet towards your wrists, maybe even drawing them mat width distance apart. You might have a super bend through your knees here. Let your head hang heavy. You have the choice to keep palms down on the ground. You can reach for opposite elbow. If you'd like a chest expansion, then interlace your hands behind your back and start to reach your hands away from your body. Really feel the crown of your head drawing down towards your mat and your spine lengthening, your hips lifting up higher. Play with elongating that space behind your knees, but we're just beginning our practice, so be gentle moving into it. If you've taken that bind, unwind your hands. Draw your hands back down onto your mat, palms face down, and start to toe heel your feet together. Let your feet come hip-width distance, or maybe draw your big toes together with a little sliver between your heels, and really slowly unwind one vertebra at a time. Allow your head to come up last. Draw your hands to heart center. This is called Samasti Tahi, and it's a beautiful place to set your intention for your practice or for your day, your week, your season. Maybe you're sending your energy towards somebody who needs it, or just giving yourself a thank you for arriving on your mat today. Exhale out your breath. Take an inhale through your nose. Open mouth, sigh out your exhale. Then for Ujjayi Pranayama, this really calming oceanic breath that generates from the back of our throat, we'll seal our lips together. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out your nose. And take a couple more breaths just like that to start to find your own rhythm, your metronome, your pace of your breath for your practice today. And when you're ready, reach your arms down, let your palms face forward, fingers draw to the sky, towards the floor. Have a beautiful practice today, yogis. On your next inhale breath, reach your arms up high towards mountain pose. Now your fingers draw to the sky. Shift your weight back towards your heels and allow your heart to lift super high. Shoulders reach down low. Pinky fingers draw in towards one another. There's energy through your fingertips. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, we'll take an open twist to the right. Reach your right arm down and sweep it back. Open up towards that right side of the room. But as much as you can, allow your hips to stay really even with the front of your space. So your right arm might not open all the way back out. Keep your shoulders active, down away from your ears with your neck long, your heart's lifted high, and reach your right fingers out away from your left fingers. Next inhale, reach your arms up high to mountain pose. Exhale, open twist to the left. Sweep your left arm down and back. Again, allow your hips to stay even to the front of the room, to the front of your space. Your heart's lifted, shoulders down, left fingers reach away from your right. Inhale, back up to mountain pose. Exhale, baby back bend. Lift your heart to the sky. Allow your elbows to cactus down. Keep your spine elongated here instead of feeling compression through it. And know that in any back bend, if you ever feel compression, that's your cue to unwind out of it and get back in with length. Next, inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Let this forward fold be a release in your body throughout our flow today. Maybe bending through your knees here. Inhale, halfway lift. Place your palms to the top of your shins. Reach your crown towards the front of the room, your tailbone towards the back of the room. Really feel your core engage here. Let that translate to activating the muscles along your spine and lengthen your spine for a reset. Next, exhale, plant your palms down underneath your shoulders. Step back to a high plank position and hold your high plank for a moment. So you might stay here with your knees lifted. You're always welcome to come down to your knees instead. Either way, feel the space between your shoulder blades lift up to the sky. Feel your spine get long. The crown of your head is reaching towards the front of your space. And if your knees are lifted, lengthen that space behind your knees. Lengthen your heels towards the wall behind you. Then slowly start to lower down. Keep your elbows glued in towards your side body. We'll take 3 rolling cobra poses here. Place the tops of your feet on the ground, shoulders, hands underneath your shoulders. And on your next inhale, lengthen the crown of your head forward and up. Feel your heart up off your mat. Exhale, reach back down with length. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower. Inhale, maybe just a little extra height. Exhale, lower down. Then tuck your toes underneath you. You can absolutely come up on your knees through a tabletop position. Otherwise, press back up through your high plank position and back into downward facing dog. Walk your dog out just a little, then settle your heels down towards your mat. Take an inhale breath. Open mouth, exhale. Next inhale, prepare. Exhale, travel to the top of your space. Maybe you're walking forward. Maybe you're starting to hop forward. Whatever feels good in your body. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, rise up tall. Exhale, open twist to the right. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, open twist left. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, baby back bend. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back to high plank. This is your first option for Chaturanga Dandasana. If you would like to skip your Chaturanga today, you can definitely move into downward facing dog instead. If you'd like to lower to your knees through Chaturanga, that's absolutely an option. And I'll show you that first option on your knees. So you'll reach forward on your toes, lower down to your knees, then keep your elbows glued in towards your side body, lower down no more than halfway. Place the tops of your feet on the ground. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale, flip your toes over, downward facing dog. Take an inhale breath. Open mouth, exhale. Seal your lips together. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, travel to the top of your space. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, open twist right. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, open twist left. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, baby back bend. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back. Option for Chaturanga Dandasana if you're taking it today. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. In your down dog, take a huge inhale breath. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, lift your right leg high and pause here. Feel length like a lightning bolt from your fingertips out through your spine, lengthen behind your knee, lengthen through your right heel. And super engage your core. Use that as you exhale and sweep through to low lunge. Take a pause in your low lunge. Maybe you're lifting your heart up away from your thigh and finding some stillness here. Maybe it feels good in your hips today to rock back and forth a little bit. Find what you need. And work your way back to stillness in low lunge. Next inhale is crescent moon. Press your left knee down. Lift your hands up to the sky as you flip the top of your foot to the ground. Your choice to either stay lifted here with your hands or press your hands down into your right thigh. Really make sure that your right knee is staying stacked on top of your left ankle and press into the front of your left hip. We'll eliminate this whole part of our movement as we come into our flow today. We're trying to really access this stretch through the front of our psoas. Take an inhale breath. Exhale into half split. So reach your hands down on either side of your body. Press your right hip back to be even with your left. You can stay lifted here or inhale and lengthen. And keep that length in your body as you exhale over your right leg. The more that you flex your foot here, the more that you'll feel this through the calf. Inhale, draw yourself back up to crescent moon. This time flipping your back toes over and really again ensuring that your right knee is stacked. We have a big movement coming here. We'll exhale into crescent lunge with airplane arms. Shift the crown of your head forward and reach your hands really energetically back behind you. Send your pinky fingers towards one another. Try as much as you can to bring your left hip even with your right. On your next inhale breath, inhale your left thigh parallel to the ground. Flex through your toes. Even out your hips once more, feeling your heart lift and your shoulders activate down. Exhale into a figure 4 position. So cross your left heel over the bottom of your right quad and sit your hips down. Really try to keep your hips even here. Hands can come to heart center. Find your drishti and your focus. You can remain here or maybe send your elbows down and tilt forward from your hips. Breathe into the space along the outside of your hip. Inhale back up to your half staff position, lifting your left thigh parallel to the ground. On your next exhale breath, begin tilting from your hips. Sweep your arms down. We're tilting into a full airplane pose. You absolutely have the option instead to reach into crescent lunge here. You can reach into crescent lunge with your arms swept back. In full airplane, reach the crown of your head forward and your heel back behind you. Feel the strength in your core. Come back to your steady breath. Inhale, reach your left toes back to crescent lunge. Arms sweep up high to the sky. Reach your left hip forward again to be even with your right. Feel your heart lift. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, open up warrior 2. And take a moment as you move into warrior 2 here. Maybe you're gently bouncing in and out of it. Definitely setting your foundation for the next couple of poses. So get really strong. Root both feet down into the ground. Stack your right knee on top of your right ankle. Allow your shoulders to turn towards the side of the room, towards me. And let your left arm disappear back behind your right. Exhale out your breath. Inhale, reverse warrior, staying super low through your right knee. Feel that side body stretch along your right side. You can either let your left arm lengthen or you can move into a half bind position. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, extended side angle, reach really long. Flip your arms to 12 and 6 o'clock and find your breath. Check back in with your alignment. Right knee over your right ankle. Activate through the back, the knife side edge of your left foot. And exhale out your breath. Inhale, reverse triangle, straightening up through your right knee, extending long through your right side body, even lifting up through your left side body. Take a huge inhale, extra stretching up here, and exhale, windmill your arms down. Plant your palms, step back to high plank position. Your choice to move directly to downward facing dog or take a chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. In down dog, take an inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale your left heel high and take that same pause, lengthening. Fingertips lengthen through your spine. Lengthen out your back heel. And super turn on through your core. Use that as you exhale and sweep through to low lunge. Take the same pause in your low lunge, maybe rocking back and forth a bit. Maybe you're finding your stillness. What do you need on this side? And move back into your low lunge. Next inhale is crescent moon. Place your right knee down, reach your arms to the sky, or send them to your left quad, wherever it feels good in your body. Feel that stretch this time along your right psoas, the front of your right hip. Take an inhale breath. And exhale, half splits. Just a reminder, we'll eliminate this whole part as we start to flow and move breath to movement. Send your left hip back even with your right. And if you're tilting forward, really lengthen through your spine first. Keep that length in your body as you find your tilt and your stretch. Flex through your toes. Work your way back towards crescent moon. Stack your left knee on top of your left ankle. Flip your toes behind you. Arms lift high as you inhale. Exhale, crescent plane. Sweep your arms back. Press into your left foot. Press the space behind your knee, your right knee back towards the wall behind you. Lengthen the crown of your head forward. Inhale, lift your right thigh parallel to the ground. Find your drishti, your balance. And exhale, figure four. Cross your right foot up and over your left knee. Send your hands to heart center. Bend through your left knee. Either keeping your heart lifted here or tilting from your hips, but keeping the length in your spine. Send your breath to the outside of your right hip. Feel that stretch. Inhale back to half staff, lifting your right thigh parallel. Exhale, your choice, full airplane pose or sweep back to crescent lunge. Either way, you feel the crown of your head reach forward. Energize your fingers back behind you. Reach your heel back. Inhale, reach to crescent lunge. If you've been in airplane pose, arms sweep up high. Align your right hip even with your left. Feel your heart lift. Activate your shoulders down. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, open up warrior two. And again, really take up space. Most likely, your feet are a little closed up from that crescent lunge. So take up some space on your mat. Reach your left knee over your left ankle, even that left thigh towards parallel with the ground. Activate through the knife side edge of your right foot. Turn your shoulders to face the side wall. And let your right arm disappear back behind your left. Exhale out your breath. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Stay super low through your left knee. With your shoulders still aligned to the side wall. Feel the stretch through your left side body. Lift your right bottom ribs up away from your hip. Take an inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. Flip your arms to 12 and 6 o'clock. Check in with your breath. Check in with your alignment. Sometimes our left knee tends to shift back here. Check in that it's still stacked on top of your ankle, that your weight's distributed evenly. And exhale out your breath. Inhale, reverse triangle, straightening through your front leg. Lift your left arm to the sky. Feel that stretch through your side body. Send your gaze where it feels good here. Maybe it's to the sky. Maybe it's downwards. And take an extra inhale, really lengthening. Exhale, windmill your arms, plant your palms, your choice, directly to down dog or move through Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take an inhale breath. Open mouth, exhale. Another breath just like that, inhale. Exhale. And we'll start to flow through our sunbeam or breath to movement, really taking this at your own pace. Inhale your right leg high. Use your core. Exhale, sweep through low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, crescent airplane arms. Inhale, half staff. Sweep your left thigh parallel. Exhale, figure four, sit your hips down. Inhale, half staff. Exhale, full airplane or crescent lunge. Inhale, reach long crescent lunge. Exhale, open up warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, windmill your arms, plant your palms down, chaturanga, or move towards downward facing dog. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your left heel high. Use your core. Exhale, sweep through low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, crescent airplane arms. Inhale, half staff. Exhale, figure four, sit low. Inhale, half staff. Exhale, full airplane, option for crescent lunge. Inhale, reach long, crescent lunge. Exhale, open up warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, windmill your arms, plant your palms, chaturanga or down dog. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice. Take an inhale breath. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale your right heel high. Exhale, sweep through low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, crescent airplane arms. Inhale, half staff. Exhale, figure four. Inhale, half staff. Exhale, full airplane tilt. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, windmill, plant, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left heel high. Exhale, sweep through low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, crescent airplane arms. Inhale, half staff. Exhale, figure four. Inhale, half staff. Exhale, full airplane. Inhale, crescent lunge, reach long. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse your triangle. Exhale, windmill your arms, plant your palms, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Here, take a huge inhale breath. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, use your core, low lunge. Listen for the change here. Next inhale, open up, warrior two. Straighten through your front knee. We're preparing for full triangle pose. On your next inhale, tilt towards your front hand. Keep the height in your body instead of compressing. Keep that length and that height as you exhale and reach towards full triangle pose. So here, place your front hand on your shin. You might want to have a block at hand. You can definitely use the block at the inside of your right ankle instead, and keep that lift going through your body. Send your gaze where it feels good. And even play with it. Notice the compression here. If you almost sag into that right side, how you lose that triangle shape and how you lose the strength in your side body. Instead, if you really activate and lift up out of it, how you gain strength. Choice here if you would like to take a half bind with your top arm. Choice here if you would like to lengthen your bottom arm parallel to the ground, flipping your palm to the sky. Really feel the strength along your left side body. Then place your bottom arm back down. Unravel from your bind. On your next inhale, guide yourself up to star pose. Exhale, sit down into your hips, turn your toes out towards a 45-degree angle. Keep your knees stacked directly on top of your toes. Place your hands to your thighs. Take an inhale, lift high. Exhale, turn towards your back leg, so towards your left leg. Sit deeper into your stretch. Keep your twist, take an inhale. Exhale, sit deeper. Inhale, back to star pose. Lift your arms up high. Huge lift of your heart. Then exhale, forward fold down into prasarita. Take a moment to catch your breath here to really lengthen your inhales and your exhales. Make the stretch what you need it. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Know that you can take up more or less space between your feet. Reach all of your weight forward towards your toes. Hands can be directly underneath you. You can reach all 10 fingers underneath your heels if that feels good in your body. If you're really craving that chest expansion, you can again interlace all 10 fingers behind your back and reach your hands gently away from your hips. Let your head get heavy and really lengthen your inhales and your exhales. Option for Skandasana towards your back leg if you would like. Turn your left toes out and sit your hips down towards that leg, flexing through your right toes. Work your way back towards your center, towards prasarita. And slowly start to travel up towards the front of your mat. We're moving in first towards a low lunge here. And then we'll open it out towards lizard pose. So you definitely might want to have your block at hand for lizard. You'll walk your toes out a bit further, both hands to the inside of your right foot. Lizard's pose is kind of similar to a runner's lunge. The difference is that you're really working to keep your gaze lifted. Your shoulder comes towards the inside of your right knee, but still keep your knee stacked on top of your ankle. You have the option here to lower down to that back knee. You can use a block underneath your hands. You can come down to your forearms. You can definitely straighten through your back knee if that feels okay, lengthening behind your knee. Might feel good to take an outer hip stretch here. Turn your toes out a little further. Take your right hand to the inside of your right knee and press your knee out away from you gently. really flexing through your front toes. If a quad stretch feels good to you here today, either lifted on your palms or coming down to your forearms, use your right hand. Kick your left foot up and find a grip at the outside of your left ankle. Breathe into your stretch. And start to unravel from whichever part of the stretch you've come into. Place your palms down at the inside of your right foot. Lift your left leg back up. We'll sweep our right leg up and back behind us. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk your dog out just a little bit. Settle your heels, further down towards your mat. Inhale your left heel high. Use your core. Exhale, sweep through to low lunge. Inhale, warrior two, open up. Take up that space on your mat, then begin to straighten through your left knee. On your next inhale, reach long. Exhale, full triangle pose. Left hand to your shin or maybe to your block if that feels better in your body. Keep that lift up away from your left leg. Send your gaze where it feels good. Option to move into your half bind if that feels good in your body today. Keeping your heart lifted. Option to lift your left arm parallel to the ground. Place your left hand back down. Keep the lift in your body as you unwind from your bind. And draw yourself back up to star pose using your core. We'll move into a horse seat again. Turn your toes out to that 45-degree angle. Sit your hips down. Inhale, lengthen up high. Exhale, turn towards your back leg, towards your right leg. Inhale, keep the twist. Exhale, sit a little lower. Inhale, up high, star pose. And exhale, forward fold prasarita, melt back down. Right back down towards where you left off on the other side, right back down to where you need in your stretch. Really working to send the crown of your head down towards the ground. Keep it heavy, but lift your hips up. Lengthen behind your knees. Option for Skandasana on this side. Drawing towards your back leg. On this side, it's your right leg. Flexing through your left toes. And work your way back towards Prasarita. Your forward fold. Start to walk your hands towards the front of your mat, towards a low lunge. We'll open our left foot out this time. Hands come to the inside of your left foot for lizard's pose on this side. And know that hip stuff can really feel different side to side based on how we hold ourselves, how we work, how we play. So let yourself find what you need on this side. Again, option to lower down to your knee. Stay lifted on your hands. Lower down to your forearms, any combination of that. You can take the inner thigh stretch by placing your left hand to the inside of your left knee. Flex your toes. Quad stretch if you would like by sending your left hand to the outside of your right foot. Keep your heart lifted, keep your gaze lifted. And unravel from wherever you're at. Work your way back to palms down underneath you. Press up with your back leg. Sweep your left leg on your next inhale up high. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take an inhale breath. Open mouth, exhale. Just notice in your body how much more available this down dog is from when you started your practice today. How the back of your legs feel more open, maybe how your heels ground down just a little more. And on your next inhale, tiptoe your feet up towards the top of your mat. We're coming into another full forward fold here. As we begin to wind down our practice just a little bit, let your breath get really lengthy. So you have options. You can definitely come into bent legs, maybe reaching for opposite elbow once more in a ragdoll pose. If you'd like to access a bit more stretch now that your body is warm, you can come into gorilla pose. Flip your palms over, your fingers face your body. The soles of your feet gently place on the back of your palms. And we're taking this grip so that we can really access that pull with our biceps. And send your head down towards your mat. Lift your hips up high. You can certainly bend your knees here. And then unwind your grip. Toe heel your feet together. And we'll sit our hips down towards our mat. Grab your block on the way down. Sit your hips down, reach your legs out in front of you. We're moving down on our spine into a supported bridge pose. So definitely have that block at hand. Roll down onto your spine. If full bridge or wheel feels better in your body right now, you can certainly take that instead. Draw your heels in towards your hips with your fingers facing down towards your heels. Lift your hips up gently. Place the block underneath your sacrum. And sit your hips down onto your block. If this feels okay in your body, you can leave yourself in the supported bridge pose as is. If it feels like there's a little strain on your lower back, then send the soles of your feet towards the outside of your mat and allow your knees to drape in towards one another. And flip your palms over, press your palms down into the ground. If your knees have come together, draw them back up straight. Gently press your palms into the ground to lift your hips up and just remove that block from underneath you. Place it to the side, lower your hips back down, and draw your knees in towards your chest. Take a little side to side rock if that feels good in your lower spine. We'll take an easy supine twist, knees in towards your center line. Open your arms out away from one another and allow your knees to melt over to the left side of your mat. You might adjust once you get here to stack your left hip underneath you, your right hip on top. Let your right shoulder melt back down. And draw your knees back in towards center. Take that little side to side rock on your mat again, just to even out through your spine. Then with your knees to your center line and your arms outstretched, allow your knees to tilt over to the right side of your mat. Shimmy your right hip underneath your left. Melt your left shoulder back down. And draw your knees back to your chest. Take that side to side rock again. Massage out your lower spine. And when you feel even out in your spine, wrap your arms around your shins, draw your forehead to your knees, huge hug for yourself. Open mouth, exhale into your final Shavasana. Take up space with your legs, maybe a little tilt of your shoulder blades underneath you. Lift your heart to the sky. Let yourself melt down into your mat. Exhale out your breath. Huge inhale. Open mouth, sigh it out. Let your controlled breath really start to fade away. Allow your mind to focus on your breath if it needs a focus. Allow it to get present. You can absolutely stay here in your final Shavasana exactly where you are. I hope that you can stay here for at least a few extra breaths. When you are ready to begin finding some movement, start to wiggle through your toes. Maybe a little movement through your legs or your knees. Wiggle your fingers. And then roll over towards your favorite side, towards a fetal position, drawing your knees in towards your chest. Let your head rest on your bicep. And take a few breaths here. And place your upper palm down on the ground. Press into your hands. Let your head come up last. Come to a comfortable seated position, either hips to heels or cross at your ankles, whatever feels better in your body. Send your hands to heart center, Samastitihi. Close your eyes. And your next inhale, really lift your heart up to the sky. Exhale, let your shoulders melt down. Tilt your third eye center down towards your fingertips. Take a moment to come back to the reason you came to your mat today. Maybe it's a simple thank you for yourself for showing up, for dedicating the time that you did. Maybe you had a much larger intention for yourself or for someone else. I hope that today in your practice you are able to awaken your mind, awaken your body, whether it's for the next hour or the day or your week or your season. Thank you so much for joining me on your mat today, Kai Life Yogis. Send your hands to your third eye center, huge inhale breath. Exhale, bow down to yourself. Namaste. Thank you so much, Kai Life Yogis, for joining me in this practice today. It's absolutely my honor to be here with you. We have a lot more content coming your way. Definitely some beach yoga content coming soon. So please give our channel a subscribe. And there's a link below to sign up for our weekly email love letter. Just love to your inbox. We'll never spam you. We send you only good content and keep you really updated on what's happening. So please subscribe to that if you can as well. Give it a share if you're up to it. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day.